Hi, I'm Dr. Amanda from Veterinary Center of Parker, and today I want to talk with you about kind of some tips and tricks for getting a new puppy. So we have this brochure that we hand out. It has information on dogs and cats, so I'm going to kind of scroll through just the puppy stuff, and then in a separate video we'll do the cat stuff just to make it a little clearer. So, healthy start for your new pet. It can be kind of overwhelming when you first get this puppy just because there's so much information. Everyone's going to have their opinions. And so, kind of sifting through what you should and shouldn't do can be a lot. Um, so, I'm going to kind of talk about the medical side of it. We'll have different videos on training and toys and all that fun stuff. Um, but definitely feel free to ask us any of these questions. We're happy to answer them for you. And because we do understand there's a lot of information out there. And so we want to help you get the best information that you can. So let's kind of start with this brief overview. So typically, you're going to get your puppy around 8 weeks of age, and we'll want to see them pretty shortly after you get them. Some breeders will have a health guarantee. Some shelters will kind of give you a discount for that first visit. So either way, we're going to end up seeing them around 8 weeks of age. And this chart kind of walks through the different vaccines, deworming, all that kind of stuff. And they're going to need an exam every 4 weeks for the first 4 months of their life. And then after that, around 6 to 12 months of age, they're going to get their first blood work panel, usually before spaying and neutering, or at least for heartworm testing. They have to be at least 6 months old for heartworm testing. And then spaying and neutering, we usually like to do their microchip at the spay and neuter just because it's a big needle. But we can do that at any time as well. So definitely something to talk about too. All of this can be individualized to your pet. This is just kind of the average timeline that we do things. Now, I've done another video on when to spay and neuter, so please be sure to watch that one if you have any questions along that. So let's kind of scroll down here to kind of get a little more information on what these different things are that we recommend at different stages. So the distemper parvo vaccine, this is a combo vaccine of a few different things. Distemper adenovirus 2, parainfluenza, and parvovirus. And these can spread rapidly through your puppies, causing nervous system diseases, respiratory diseases, and gastrointestinal diseases. And they can be life-threatening. So this one's really important, and that one we'll be doing 3 times. So 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and 16 weeks. Because it's really something that affects puppies, and we want to make sure we're getting them covered. Bordetella is the next one over. This is for an airborne upper respiratory infection, sometimes called kennel cough. That's kind of a broad term though, but it's just one bacteria that can cause disease. So if you're taking your dog to daycare, dog parks, boarding, grooming, there's just a lot of dogs in your neighborhood, one that we would recommend. Again, it's not covering against all upper respiratory diseases, but it's covering one of the more common ones. Then rabies. So rabies is a disease that transmits from wild animals through bites to pets, and then if humans get bit, they can get it as well, and it is deadly. It has to be given by a licensed veterinarian, and this one is something that they'll get at 16 weeks of age. But very important, we do have rabies in the kind of skunk raccoon wildlife population. Continuing on the vaccine front, we'll jump down here to leptospirosis. So this is a bacteria that can cause kidney and liver disease. It's spread through the urine of wild animals, so it can be found in bodies of water, and it can be transmitted to people also, just like rabies, but this one's through urine and through water. So vaccinating your pets, especially because in Parker we have so much wildlife with all the deer and squirrels and rabbits and everything. Usually better to be safe than sorry. So this one is a dose of 2 at 12 and 16 weeks. Canine influenza is another upper respiratory disease. Some kennels and boarding facilities will require it. Not something we see super commonly in Colorado, but we do carry that as an option as well. Okay, deworming. So puppies and kittens, just because their immune system's so weak, and also puppies, everything goes in their mouth. They often get some kind of intestinal parasite. So we do recommend deworming. And that's something we want to do at those 3 puppy visits, just to kind of prevent things, but also checking a fecal sample, making sure we're picking the right dewormer if your puppy does have anything. And then blood work, really, really important, even if they're healthy, to get a baseline, and especially before surgery. So if we're spaying and neutering your puppy, because we want to make sure they're going to be healthy for that anesthesia and that we're picking the right anesthetic drugs. So that's really important. Also, heartworm disease is something we do have in Colorado, and so that is included in our blood tests for something that we'll want to do at about 6 months of age. And then microchip, we kind of briefly touched on this as well. We can do this at the spay or neuter or at any time. The microchip is not a GPS tracker. It's just a little chip, and we scan it, we get a number, and then we look that up in our system, and that will tell us if it'll link the number to your information, phone number, address, and your name. So if they get out their collar, anything like that, that's a really great resource. Okay, and so we do have wellness plans for puppies. I'm not going to go into that too much. That'll be a different video, but just so you know, that's an option. Kind of, it's for preventative care is really the important thing. So it'll include vaccines, spay and neuter, depending on which one you pick, all that kind of stuff. And again, I'm going to do another video on kittens, so we'll scroll right through them. Okay, and then just kind of some tips for puppies. Frequent vet visits. They're growing, they're changing quickly, so we're going to want to see them a lot. So we're going to get to know you really well. We're going to be here for all your questions. And if you have questions in between visits, we're still here. Call or email us. We're happy to answer them. We also have our app mentioned down here and that you can chat us through. You can send us messages. So that's a great option. Teething. Puppies are going to chew a lot. So they need to learn what's appropriate for them to chew on and what's not appropriate. They're going to start losing their teeth about 4 months of age. So they're going to get kind of, the teething will get worse before it's better. But as soon as you bring them home, it's a great time to start teaching them about toothbrushing, kind of getting into the habit yourself. And that'll just really help you with dental care going forward. Nutrition, super important, of course. We want them to grow well and eat something that's appropriate for them. So we love nutrition. We're happy to talk about it. We want it to be individualized to your pet. So definitely ask us any questions that you have. Kind of across the board, I recommend going with a puppy food because it's going to have the correct balance, minerals, and vitamins for a puppy that's growing and enough calories too. But again, nutrition is very individualized. So please ask us if you have questions. Potty training, something that's a challenge, but we all want it to go well. So we recommend getting a crate and crate training them. I believe we're going to do another video a little more in detail, but that'll kind of help you, like when they're in the crate, great, they're contained. So as soon as you let them out of the crate, take them outside. If they don't go to the bathroom, they go back into the crate. They're not allowed free time unless they're being supervised or have gone to the bathroom. Otherwise they're in their crate. So kind of make it a good, safe space. And again, we can offer more tips as much as you want. So if you'd like to download our app, please use this QR code on the left, and more resources. You can find all of our videos on our website, and we're always adding more stuff to that. So please use this QR code, or you can go to vcparker.net. You can reach out to us through that. You can book appointments through that. So please do that. And we are so happy to have you. We are happy to have everyone. And we just want to be the best resource we can for our community. So please ask us any questions, and congratulations on your new puppy.